What a noise. Welcome to the Hill Dickinson Stadium, where Everton are looking to stay unbeaten as they go into their fifth match here in all competitions, but they go up against a Crystal Palace side currently on a club record unbeaten run of 19 matches stretching back to April the 16th. Both teams have made 2 changes from their last games. Everton's 2 from the draw here against West Ham on Monday see Kiernan Dewsbury-Hall miss out through suspension and Beto drop to the bench. Tyler Dibling comes in for his first Premier League start for the club, while Tierno Barry also starts. Palace bring in Mitchell and Sarr for Sosa and Hughes. There is the siren. The Hill Dickinson rises as one as the 2 teams get ready to take to the field to the sound of Z cars. That's one thing that hasn't changed since the football club moved from Goodison across the city here to Bramley Moor Dock. It is just the most magnificent venue to watch a game of football. We are waiting for the teams who are currently standing in the tunnel. The Premier League crest has been stretched out across the halfway line. Lots of supporters still taking their seats late on all around us here, enjoying the hospitality in the inside areas, which is absolutely superb. There's the tune, and here they come. Everton led out by James Tarkowski. Mark Gay, who very nearly ended up playing in the red half of Liverpool, leads out Palace. Alex Bruce is alongside me. Just as somebody who's played for so many football clubs, what do you make of this place?
All I can say is wow. I mean, people have told me, it's been no secret that people have told me how good it is, but when you get here, it blows your mind. It really does. It's a magnificent stadium, and it's a proper football stadium. The atmosphere is great. The stands are dead steep. They're right on top of the pitch, the supporters. It's proper.
I was going to say that was a big worry, wasn't it? Because of how intimate and tight Goodison was, they were worried they'd be able to replicate that here. I mean, the tannoy helps, but they feel like they've got it right.
They really do, and everybody knows what the atmosphere was like at Goodison, and would they be able to replicate it? They have done that, and some. I mean, the atmosphere there for the song coming out, and the full house, the way it is, it's magnificent. It really is, I have to say.
As I mentioned, 2 changes apiece for Everton and Palace. So Everton go with Jordan Pickford in goal, Jake O'Brien, James Tarkowski, Michael Keane and Vitaly Mikolenko across the back. Then it's Idrissa Gueye and James Garner, Jack Grealish, Tyler Dibling and Iliman Ndiaye, the 3, behind main striker Tierno Barry. Lots of controversy surrounding that 5th yellow card, which saw Kiernan Dewsbury-Hall pick up the suspension. How much of a miss will he be?
Well, he gives them good energy in the middle of the pitch. We've seen that in the performances that he's made. He runs forward, he creates a goal. He's done well since he's been at the club, and it'll be a big miss to them. It's harsh, isn't it? Especially when the PGMOL come out and say that we got it wrong. I think you could sense that with David Moyes' frustrations, the way he's come out and spoke about it. But we'll just have to wait and see how they get on. It's a good opportunity for those coming into the side, but he will be a miss.
The tannoy definitely works here at the Hill Dickinson Stadium. No 2 ways about that. On the Everton bench, Travers and King are the 2 substitute goalkeepers. Then the outfield players, Patterson, McNeil, Beto, Coleman, Alcaraz, Asnu and Irugbounam. Palace go with Dean Henderson in goal. Their back 3, Chris Richards, Maxence Lacroix and Mark Gay. Then a 4 of Daniel Munoz, Adam Wharton, Daichi Kamada and Tyreek Mitchell, with a forward 3 of Ismail Assar and Yeremy Pino, supporting Jean-Philippe Mateta. When you look at that run, 19 games, Alex, in all competitions, that is superb.
It's sensational, and I have to say, what a fantastic job Oliver Glasner and everybody at Crystal Palace has done. It's a collective effort. The players have done great, and they're a threat, aren't they? They're a threat up the top end of the pitch, especially with those players like what you say with Sarr, Pino, Mateta, the likes of Nketiah to bring off the bench as well. We've seen how well he did in midweek. So yeah, they're a proper outfit at the minute, and when, as you say, when you've gone 19 games unbeaten in all competitions, it's a remarkable achievement.
Crystal Palace's players in a huddle to the left of the halfway line. Everton's players, wearing all blue as usual for a home game, are lined up and ready to go. Jordan Pickford using his towel to wipe his gloves in that goal away to our right. He's wearing all light green, making his 300th Premier League appearance this afternoon. As I mentioned when we came on air here on Sports Extra 2, Everton have played here 4 times so far and remain unbeaten at the Hill Dickinson Stadium. 2 draws and 2 defeats over the course of the last couple of months. The tannoy finally packs up, which is good because I was getting a migraine, and away we go. It is live Premier League football for you here on Sports Extra 2 from the BBC. Everton against Crystal Palace. Alex Bruce and myself, Lee Blakeman, your commentary team. Across BBC Sounds and the 5 Live network, we've got them all covered. Aston Villa versus Burnley is available via Sports Extra from 3 o'clock and the BBC Sport website. And then we've got Newcastle Forest on 5 Live and Wolves Brighton on Sports Extra 3. The ball's gone out for a Palace throw straight away here. It's a long throw in towards the Everton penalty area. That's going to get headed behind, and that is going to be the first corner of the game inside the first minute. That long throw from Chris Richards.
The long throws are back, aren't they? You know all about that from your Stoke City days with Rory Delap. They've certainly been a topic of conversation since the start of the season, and it's put Everton straight on the back foot there. I think it was Barry who headed it out for a corner, so it's a good chance for, I think it's Adam Wharton taking the corner kick. He'll swing it in from the right hand side.
It is going to be Wharton on this near side, attacking the end, away to our right. Palace here. It's going to be a left-footed cross. Everton with everybody back inside the penalty area. Cross goes in, header goes towards goal. It's going to be cleared back out towards Wharton, edge of the area. Left-footed cross is blocked, falls on the edge of the lead. The shot's going to go in, and Pickford's going to make the save to deny Yeremy Pino that strike from the edge of the area. It went through a crowd, and it needed a strong right hand from Pickford on his 300th Premier League appearance.
It certainly did. It was a shot that he got away with his right foot on the edge of the box. Everton failed to clear it. I think it was Garner who struggled to clear it. It's worked its way to the edge of the box, and it was a comfortable save for Jordan in the end, but a good start from Crystal Palace.
Palace, we've mentioned the 19 games unbeaten in all competitions. They're looking to make it 13 Premier League games in a row unbeaten, which would be a club record. This is the second time they've made it 12 as the ball falls on the edge of the area this time. Shot goes in, and it's going to be an easier save for Jordan Pickford. So they did 12 unbeaten back in 1990. They're looking to make it 13 top flight games in a row unbeaten. They are absolutely flying under Oliver Glasner as the ball goes out for an Everton throw over on the far side, 20 yards from the corner flag. In the Palace half, he has been an absolute revelation, hasn't he, Oliver Glasner?
He really has, and there's been a lot of speculation. Will he sign a new contract? You can understand why. They need to tie him down. He'll have interest, I'm sure, from other clubs who are looking at possibly changing managers, but he's done a magnificent job, hasn't he?
Ball's over on the far side with Everton, and Tyler Dibbling making his first Premier League start for the football club since joining from Southampton in August. 19 years old, scored twice in the Premier League for Southampton last season. One of those goals actually came at Palace in a 2-1 defeat. Quick feet, offers width, good going forwards, caught the eye. I did Southampton about 6 or 7 times last season, always caught the eye when you went to St Mary's.
I think he's modelling himself on Jack as well, isn't he, on that far side? They've got the same. Have they got the same boots on? The socks are down. The headbands are on. They look the part.
He does look like a bit of a Grealish tribute band at the moment, doesn't he? Tyler Dibbling, 11 years Grealish's junior, turned 30 the other week. Palace have the ball on the halfway line. No goals in any of the 4 Premier League 3 o'clock kickoffs so far. Brentford versus Manchester City is the 4:30 final score in the Championship. It's ended Ipswich 3, Norwich 1 as Palace come on the attack here with Ismail Assar, dead centre in the Everton half, waits for the nudge in the back. Was that a foul? Was that a foul by Idris Gueye? No, says referee Michael Salisbury. That looked like Sarr was poleaxed from up here.
It was a real threat for Palace. He was breaking through the middle of the pitch. Mateta made a great run for him, and I think it was Gueye who's pushed him in the back there. How the referee's not given it, I do not know. They've got away with one, Everton.
Ball over on the far side. Goes out for a Palace throw. So I mentioned Ipswich 3, Norwich 1, a full-time score from earlier in the Championship. Rangers and Celtic are in action this afternoon too. 3 o'clock kickoffs in the Scottish Premiership. Celtic at home to Motherwell, Rangers at Falkirk. The other one at 3 is Aberdeen against Dundee. Here, 4 minutes gone, Everton 0, Crystal Palace 0 on 5 Sports Extra 2. If you're looking for the Grand Prix in Singapore, that's currently live with Harry Benjamin and the team over on Sports Extra. Wharton comes forwards here for Palace. Poor ball inside the Everton half. Everton intercept and clear inside the centre circle. It was a case of anything and anywhere will do there. Palace are awarded a free kick just as Grealish tried to come forwards in space on this near side. It's been a scrappy start from Everton, but Palace have looked decent.
Yeah, it has. I think both teams are giving the ball away a little bit sloppy. Adam Wharton there in the middle of the pitch had a simple pass out wide to Munoz, who gave him width on the right-hand side. He failed to make the pass and he gave it away. Everton have done the same, and it's resulted in a free kick right in the middle of the centre circle for Palace. But yeah, away from home, first 5 minutes they've started well, Palace.
It is what you were saying earlier about Dibbling and Grealish. It is very, very confusing to look at. Dibbling on one side, Grealish on the other, both wearing blue.
Especially how far away we are. We're in the gods, aren't we, as well, Lee?
Dibbling wearing 20, Grealish wearing 18 on this near side. Palace go long with the free kick over the top. Should be tidied up at the back by Keane, who takes a bit of a risk there. He was under pressure, does well, moves it to the right back area by the corner flag and clears long down that side. That's a foul on Dibbling. That'll be a free kick to Everton. Level with the edge of the centre circle, just inside their own half. Taken quickly and switched from right to left to pick out Vitaly Mikalenko, who's got space as he moves over the halfway line. Grealish takes over, just rolls it back calmly to James Garner. He receives it back from Tierno Barry. All the Everton players just trying to get a feel for the ball, because it's been Palace who've been marginally the better of the two teams in the opening 6 minutes here. What can Everton do coming forwards with this latest attack? They move the ball out to this near side where Grealish is standing in front of Oliver Glasner, and that's a good ball. Down this near side to pick out Mikalenko. He sees his cross blocked, and that's going to be a throw right by the corner flag. And
there's that little bit of quality from Jack Grealish. First little bit of thing we've seen from Everton in the game. It works its way out to Jack. He just plays one round the corner for the run of Mikalenko. They've got a throw in now deep in the Crystal Palace half, but good little bit of play there for Everton.
Created more chances than any other Premier League player this season with 17, Jack Grealish, and we just got a glimpse of him at his best there. Mikalenko with a long throw, flicked on. Palace, a little bit of head tennis inside the penalty area before Pino takes no chances and hoofs the ball long over the halfway line. As somebody who's working at Salford in League 2, are you doing the same thing with these long throws?
It's all about the long throws at the minute. It's a problem though, isn't it? Every time it goes in the box, if you've got it, you might as well use it. And Mikalenko there for Everton, we spoke about Palace using it. He's certainly got a long throw as well, because when you can bring people up like Keane and Tarkowski, it causes problems.
We'll come back to that in just a second, the long throw, as Everton come forwards down this near side. Garner cuts in field and gives it to Iliman Ndiaye. 2 for the season already, scored the historic first goal at this ground back on the 24th of August. Everton attack breaks down and Palace will come away on the counter here. Ball to the right, looking to pick out the run of Ismail Assar. Everton will intercept. They go back to Pickford on his left foot and he clears calmly and coolly along the ground to the left to Grealish on this near side. 0-0, Everton and Crystal Palace. 8 minutes of the game gone as Everton win a throw in their left back area. Not the kind of territory where the long throw will come in useful. It was one of those things growing up as a Stoke fan when we had Rory Delap. A lot of my friends at university
still gives me nightmares.
But a lot of my friends at university would say, oh, you're just all about that long throw, and I would just go, and it works, doesn't it?
It does, and that certainly worked, especially when you've got Big Crouchy coming up and the likes of Ryan Shawcross back in the day.
Palace on the attack, low ball in from the right from Munoz, cleared away, and we're seeing so many teams now realising that they've got somebody in their squad capable of delivering a similar type of long throw, and they're using it. Why not? 2 things that we've spoken about a lot in the opening couple of months of this season. One's the long throw, and the other is a team from kickoff hooping the ball long and forwards to put the ball out for a throw in right by the corner flag. That works too.
It's amazing. I've seen PSG do it the other night, and you think, wow, it's to just boot it straight out of play, but it allows you to get up the pitch, it allows you to start on the front foot, keep the opposition in their half, so you can understand why teams do it.
Everton on the attack, they've won the ball inside the centre circle, work to the left to Grealish, into the area left side, tries the shot, didn't connect with it properly. It's tested Henderson for the first time. Grealish from that kind of area, 16 yards out, with that amount of space, would have expected to do a little bit better.
Yeah, he worked the goalkeeper, but it was a comfortable save for Dean Henderson. He tries to do him with his eyes and beat him at his near post, but he didn't get enough power behind the shot. But it's exactly the kind of area where you want Jack getting into the box, causing problems, running at defenders.
Palace have it on the halfway line with Munoz, and now Wharton does well to bypass Njai. Sarr in field, he's having a bit of a battle with Idrissa Gueye. Did he use his arm to hold him off there? The Everton fans thought so. Referee Michael Salisbury not interested. Palace come forwards, ball in towards Mateta inside the penalty area here, forced out to the left side. Cross is going to come in from the left, should be cleared by Keane, is cleared by Keane, up towards Tierno Barry, who's dispossessed. Everton had a lot of people back there, so Barry was all on his own on the edge of the centre circle, and Palace will come again down their left this time. Tyreek Mitchell's over there, goes back to Mark Gueye, and now Wharton, and now Gueye again, midway inside Everton territory. Palace, when they come forwards, look excellent. They're getting forwards more than Everton are, but Everton look the more threatening, with Dibbling one side and Grealish the other, when they are able to get anywhere near Dean Henderson's penalty area. The second shot on target we've just seen there from Grealish, comfortably saved by Henderson. Pickford made that save early on. He's got the ball on his right foot at the moment, Pickford, long and high into the centre circle. That's something else that we're seeing more of this season. I was at Old Trafford yesterday for 5 Live, doing the Manchester United Sunderland game, and Senna Lamons was having none of this playing out from the back stuff. Everything was long and high, over halfway, looking for the big frame of Šeško.
Yeah, no risks. There's nothing wrong with it. I'm a big believer that mixing it up, you can play out when it's on, but listen, there's nothing wrong with going long and playing off the front as well. It's interesting when I see Palace here, they're playing with a box in midfield, and it's caused Everton a few problems, especially with the way Sarr and Pino are at the top of that box, just behind Mateta. They've picked the ball up in good areas, and they've found a few decent passes in this opening 11 minutes. It's something that Everton are going to have to get to grips with.
Yep, no goals here in those opening 11 minutes. Still Villa 0, Burnley 0, Newcastle 0, Forest 0 over on 5 Live, and Wolves 0, Brighton 0. That one's on Sports Extra 3 as Chris Richards gets ready to send in another one of those much talked about long throws that myself and Alex have been on about in the early stages of the commentary here. He's 20 yards from the corner flag on this near side, and it goes towards the penalty spot, headed up into the air by Everton, not once, not twice, but 3 times. Wharton sends it back forwards from the 18 yards line. It's bobbling around in there, ball falls to the edge of the area, back out to Richards on this near side, needs some support, gets a little bit from Maxence Lacroix. I had to double check then, he's a long way forwards, the centre half on the right wing, ball pulled back to the edge of the area. Daichi Kamada with the shot, that's blocked, and it's going to fall for Palace. Over on the far side, that's a push on Gueye, and Palace will have a free kick wide on the left, 20 yards from the corner flag.
And it's rash, isn't it? It's rash from Jake O'Brien. He doesn't need to foul. He's bought it a little bit, Mark Gueye. He's used his experience, but when he's going out, he's not going anywhere. He just pushes him in the back. Keeps Palace on the front foot. They've got a free kick now in a wide area, real dangerous position to swing it into Everton's box.
We were saying when we were having a coffee in the media room downstairs, he's one of those players, Jake O'Brien. We both like him, but because he can play in a number of different roles, we're not quite sure where he's best. Right back, maybe not.
Yeah, listen, he does well. He's aggressive, he's big, he's strong, he's a good defender. It's just whereabouts on that back line you play him.
Palace free kick gets whipped in, headed away to the edge of the area. Palace will hit back up on this near side. They're right this time. They come forwards with Pino, and then Lacroix wins Palace their second corner of the game. They're peppering the Everton penalty area, Palace, at the moment, but unable to have that little bit of quality in the final third to test Pickford that little bit more, like they did in the opening 60 seconds when he made that good save. It's going to be Wharton to take an in-swinger. Away to our right, again, on this near side, which is the Crystal Palace right. Right hand goes up into the air. 13 and a half minutes gone at the Hill Dickinson Stadium. 0-0, Everton and Palace, as the corner's swung in high towards the back post, headed back in towards the 6 yards area. Mikalenko needs a couple of goes at getting that clear. Gueye's in his way, proving to be a nuisance. Gueye goes to ground on the byline. There's a big scramble, and eventually the referee does the easy thing, which is to cop out and give Everton the free kick, rather than put them under any pressure with a big decision there.
I was certainly scruffy from the player. They all landed on the ball. There was 3 of them, and how the referees come to that decision, I do not know. I think he's took the easy option there by giving an Everton a free kick deep in their own half.
Last round of fixtures before the international break. Commentaries on 5 Live of the international games over the next week include England, Wales, and then England at Latvia a week on Tuesday in that World Cup qualifier. Dean Henderson named in Thomas Tuchel's England squad this week for Crystal Palace, along with Mark Gueye as well. Jack Grealish, though, most creative player in the Premier League, misses out once again, Alex.
Well, it's certainly a talking point, isn't it? The one thing about Jack is whenever he plays, you always think he's going to create something. He's got that natural bit of talent, that natural spark. I mean, he's got good, Thomas Tuchel, listen, he's got good options. He's got Sakas, Gordons, Rashfords, Bowens, Eze's. We've got a number of good players who can play wide. But I just think the experience Jack gives you, I'd have him in it.
Two England goalkeepers on display here as well. Pickford, of course, you just take that for granted these days that he will be named. Pickford and Henderson on display as Everton try and come forwards with, and Jai, challenge goes in by Chris Richards and it goes out for an Everton throw midway inside the Crystal Palace half. Grealish thought about taking a quick one in a hurry, but then says, do you know what, I'm going to leave it to Vitaly Mikalenko instead. So we've had a quarter of an hour already on Sports Extra 2. Couple of shots on target for Crystal Palace, both kept out early on by Pickford, and then Jack Grealish with the one Everton chance, 16 yards out, cutting in from the left on his right foot. It was a daisy cutter and it was comfortable for Henderson, maybe more comfortable than it should have been. Palace come forwards here over halfway with Pino. That's a good ball. That's a really good ball out to the right to pick out Munoz. Edge of the area right side. Infield, flicked over the top, but it's left and it goes all the way through to Pickford again. And it's the same old story. Looking good Palace in the wide area so far in this game, but when it comes to the penalty area, just missing something.
Yeah, Munoz and Mitchell on both flanks give them good width. It was just, and Wharton's good at landing on second balls in the middle of the pitch. He's done it a few times in this opening 15 minutes. Finds a pass into his front players. He was just a little bit sloppy there, Sarr, with the little flick round the corner. He didn't quite get the pass right.
Everton inside their own half with Michael Keane, who got that goal here on Monday night in the 1-1 draw with West Ham. Got 3 last season at Fulham and Ipswich and at home to Bournemouth. Off the mark this time around. Mentioned at the start of the commentary, Everton still to lose here at the Hill Dickinson Stadium. 2 wins and 2 draws in all competitions so far. Dibbling under pressure, gets the shout of man on, does well to find Garner, and then the ball gets worked out to the right to Jake O'Brien. Back inside to Dibbling, who's got 2 for company. Gay puts in the challenge and Dibbling will have to settle for a throw-in just inside the Palace half over on the far side. Referee not happy with where it's been taken from, so O'Brien will go that little bit further back. It's just gone a little bit quiet for the first time inside the Hill Dickinson Stadium. We had a right old racket pre-match with the tannoy that definitely works. It's a great pump-up atmosphere. Now let's see if they can create the atmosphere, the supporters themselves here. They're coming forward, 30 yards out dead centre. Mikalenko's going to strike it. It was dipping, wasn't dipping quickly enough, and Dean Henderson was always watching that one go over his crossbar. Yeah,
it was ambitiously, wasn't it? He took the shot on from about 30 yards. It would have took something special to beat Dean Henderson from there. I think he picked the wrong option. Jack was in a wide area on this left flank. He could have found him with a pass and tried to build something a little bit closer to the goal, but more positive from Everton. They just need to get Jack Grealish and Tyler Dibbling in the game. They can cause Palace problems in wide areas. They just haven't found them often enough in this opening 17 minutes.
All the talk coming into this game has been about Palace's long unbeaten run. Everton's record against Palace, though, is excellent. Lost just 1 of their last 21 Premier League games against them. Let's see if they can extend that run this afternoon. David Moyes looking a calm figure to the right of halfway at the moment. Hands in his pockets. Ball down the right for Palace using the full width of the pitch. Sarr just about keeps the ball in play. Watch the run of it well. Challenge goes in on him from Keane and it's going to be a Palace throw 12 yards from the corner flag. Hard to pick out which team's more likely to score at the moment.
Yeah, it is. I think Palace have had a lot of the ball. They've certainly spent a lot of time in Everton's half. 2 good bits of defending, I have to say, from Michael Keane. He played well against West Ham the other night. He scored. He's obviously got a little bit of confidence from that, and he's the first bits of action he's done so far in this game, he's defended well. With it being a throw on this near side, 12 yards from the corner flag, you know what that means, Alex. It's going to be another long delivery from Chris Richards. In it goes towards the 6 yards area, flicked on, not dealt with, shot goes in, good save by Pickford, and Everton should just about get it clear through Gay, moves it to the right to Dibbling, draws the foul. Everton win a free kick, but there was a mad scramble in there, and Jordan Pickford, standing on his line, just stuck out his left arm, and that was a brilliant save. Really strong wrist from Pickford to keep that out from close range. Where did the shot go in from? About 8 yards out. I think it was Mark Gay who got the shot away. We're just looking for the replay, aren't we? But he has to score. I think he's 8 yards out. It's that long throw again. It comes in, it lands. He gets the little flick on there. Does it hit Tarkowski on the hand? Are they going to look at that? And it just falls to Mark Gay. Tarkowski does well in the end. He gets his foot out and he just puts a little bit on the shot, takes the power off, but it's a good save up high from Jordan Pickford. But Mark Gay will be disappointed. He should score.
It was just an instinctive reaction from the England number one, Jordan Pickford, to stick out his left hand as the ball came at him at pace from close range. Strong wrist, kept it out and keeps the score here at the Hill Dickinson Stadium. Everton 0, Crystal Palace 0. Everton have only conceded 1 goal at this ground so far, and that was that one that Bowen scored here on Monday night. Before that, clean sheets against Brighton in a 2-0 win, Mansfield in a 2-0 win, and against Villa in a 0-0 draw.
It's interestingly, I'm just looking at David Moyes on this touchline here. He's reminiscent of Alex Ferguson in the San Siro berating Johnny Evans. I don't know if you've seen the clip, but he's just giving his centre-halves this long throw coming into the box. I think he wants Michael Keenan and Tarkowski to take charge, go and head it, what you want from your centre-halves, clear the box, because the first few throw-ins that have come in, they've struggled to deal with it, Everton.
As a manager or coach, when you can see the same thing happening, like this long throw again and again and again, you're just standing there thinking, is someone going to do something here or what?
It's frustrating, and I think Moyes is feeling the same, because the pointing of the finger towards his two centre-halves has just been coming out in an aggressive manner, shall we say.
And now he's going back to his coaching staff, having a go at them, just because he needs to let off some steam at somebody, David Moyes. He's just having a whinge. You can see something he's not happy with on the pitch with the way they're defending these long throws, as the ball goes out for an Everton throw next to Moyes on this near side to be taken by Vitaly Mykolenko, and that gives Moyes the opportunity to send a few more instructions onto the pitch. All kinds of signs being made in the direction of his captain James Tarkowski. Ball goes out for another Everton throw on this near side to be taken by Mykolenko again, approaching the midway point of the first half. 0-0, Everton and Palace 0-0 in all 4 of the 2 o'clock Premier League kickoffs so far. Villa and Burnley, Newcastle and Forest, and Wolves Brighton all live across 5 Live, Sports Extra, BBC Sounds and the BBC Sport website. Everton with another throw, this time it's midway inside the Palace half of the field to be taken by Mykolenko, just along from where Oliver Glasner is currently standing. Mykolenko with the throw forwards, miscontrolled that time by Tierno Barry, and it goes out for a Palace throw in their right back area.
You can hear the frustration of the Everton supporters. That's twice it's gone up to Barry and it's come off him. His touch hasn't been good enough. That one's gone out for a throw in, so he's got to sharpen up a little bit and tidy his game up.
Palace throw goes towards halfway where Everton win it back. It's just got a little bit flat this game now. It needs something to liven things up. Palace coming close a few moments ago. We've had shots on target. It's the perfect time for a goal now. If you're watching from the neutral's perspective, we've had chances, we've seen glimpses in the wide areas from both teams. Sarr going forwards for Palace, Dibbling and Grealish either side for Everton. It just needs a goal. We were expecting it to be quiet when it comes to goals in this game. We'll wait and see how we progress. Here come Everton moving forwards down the right with O'Brien. In goes the cross, falls for Mykolenko. First time side foot pull back across the area is blocked. Then he goes sliding in on Munoz trying to recover the situation, but Richards is able to clear over halfway, and the ball's going to settle in the Everton left back area. Keane will go all the way back to goalkeeper Pickford.
That was a proper challenge, wasn't it, from Mykolenko and Munoz on this left hand side here. Proper 50-50, both players flying in. Brilliant.
Garner in the midfield turns away and finds a little bit of space. You can just start, as Alex was saying a few moments ago, to sense the frustration growing amongst the Everton supporters. They want a little bit more in the way of chances being created, a little bit more in the way of forward play. Wolves have just taken the lead at home to Brighton. They've had their manager or head coach Vitor Pereira sent off Wolves, but they still lead Brighton over on Sports Extra 3 by 1-0. They need wins and they need them quickly, but it's Wolves 1, Brighton 0. An own goal from Bart Verbruggen is what separates the two teams there. Here it's 0-0 just past the midway point of the first half at the Hill Dickinson Stadium. Palace come forward, switching things from left to right to Munoz, edge of the area, takes a touch, rolls the ball back. Wharton will come forwards, low ball, picks out Sarr. Sarr will roll it back. Gay keeps it moving. Mitchell's over there, running at O'Brien. Mitchell into the area, checks, goes back to Gay, who went close a few moments ago, and now Kamada. And now Mitchell, patient build-up by Oliver Glasner's team. Cross goes in eventually towards Mateta, headed away well by Keane for Everton. That's a push in the back on Jack Grealish. Is it by Wharton? No, says the referee. That's a foul by Wharton, surely this time on Gardner. And eventually Everton get the free kick. We were praising Jack Grealish earlier, saying he's created more chances than any other Premier League player. Let me balance that stat by giving you the obvious one. he's also drawn the most fouls too.
Well, he always draws a foul, doesn't he? He gets his body in the way, great. He did it again there. How the referee's not given the first one, it looked more of a foul to me than the one he gave, the second one. The second one looked soft, but I think peer pressure from the crowd might have had something to do with that.
If you let two like that go against the home side, you're a brave referee, aren't you?
Especially here.
Yeah, Grealish drawing more fouls. If you're a referee, you'll be conscious of that, won't you? You'll be conscious of what he's like and his record.
He is, but the art of drawing a foul is something that is... He does it great, Jack.
Yeah.
He when he feels like he can get a touch, he's such a threat when he's running at people. He's easily fouled.
Of course, you have to say...
Gets them big legs in the way.
Alex has to say lots of nice things about Jack because they live near each other, so he doesn't want to upset the neighbours.
Noisy neighbour he is.
Might not put your bin out. Badmouth him on commentary. Here come Palace moving forwards, cutting in from the left. A chance here for Mitchell with the shot. And did that hit the outside of the post or the top of the crossbar? He moved into the penalty area, left side there, Tyreek Mitchell. He got the power behind it, and it kissed the frame of the goal. Whether it was the outside of the post or the top of the bar, we'll wait and see in just a second. But he absolutely wellied that Tyreek Mitchell. Chance out of nowhere.
He did. He worked the ball out to him well. He gets it on the left-hand side. He gets O'Brien in a 1v1 situation. He knocks it on the outside and hits it early. It's a great strike, I have to say. And he's so close. He nearly does Jordan Pickford at his near post. And it's right, it hits the top left-hand corner of the upright. Great chance.
Is that going to wake Everton up as they move forwards down the left this time with Vitaly Mikalenko? Ball gets away from him, pokes it too far past Chris Richards. That will allow Munoz to recover. Back he goes to Henderson, and the whole move for Everton that time breaks down. So 0-0 here, 26 minutes on the clock on Sports Extra 2. Aston Villa have just taken the lead at home to Burnley. Daniel Marlon with the goal there, assisted by Boubacar Kamara. So Villa lead 1-0. Here, Palace on the attack with Mateta. Good save by Pickford, diving away to his left. He caught it well, hit it hard and low from about 14 yards out, Jean-Philippe Mateta, and that's another good save by the England goalkeeper Pickford.
Great reflexes, great save down to his left from Jordan, and it's good play again from Palace. It's Sarr who breaks forward, he finds a lovely pass into Mateta. He's so clean with his first touch, it sets him up perfectly on his right side, and he hits it early, a little bit like what we've just seen with Tyreek Mitchell, but Jordan Pickford gets down well to his left. It's a really good save. Corner against Crystal Palace.
And it was close to him as well, which when you go for it with your hands sometimes makes it even more difficult. Not the first time we've seen a really strong wrist from Pickford, who's made 3 excellent saves in the opening 27 minutes here. In goes the Palace corner towards the 6 yards area. Everton head it away from goal but not completely clear. Now it falls for O'Brien in the right back area. Forwards he goes, looking for Njai, who peels away from 2 markers, draws the foul. Referee happy for play to continue though, because Everton have the ball and are moving forwards. Garner gives it to Grealish. Grealish gives it to Mikalenko. Time and space. Everton being roared forwards here. Grealish wide off Mikalenko.
You can hear the frustration, can't you, Lee? Yeah. They're just not happy with how slow it's taken them to get in the opposition's half. They're taking an eternity, Everton, to get the ball forward into wide areas, and you can hear the frustration amongst the supporters.
They're seeing players like Grealish and Dibbling crying for it wide.
They want them on the ball, don't they?
And they just look, Everton's other players at times, like they don't want to pass the ball forwards. That's going to be a foul on Wharton inside the centre circle, or a foul by Wharton inside the centre circle on Tierno Barry. So it's going to be an Everton free kick. I think Everton wanted to play advantage, and there Michael Salisbury's managed to just about annoy everybody.
I don't know how he's seen that, I really don't, and you can see with Adam Wharton's face, he's flabbergasted by the decision. He's running away from it. Barry comes in from behind, charges him to the floor, and he gives an Everton free kick. I don't know what he's seen there. It's a sore one for Barry. I think he's landed on Adam's studs there as well. Yeah, he's
looking at the replay, he's done well to get that the wrong way round the referee, because I mean, personally, I'd have just let it go and let them both play on. But if you're going to give a free kick, you're giving it against Barry there, surely.
It was an interesting one, to say the least.
Tierno Barry, summer signing from Villarreal, £27.5 million, has featured in all 6 Premier League games so far. This is just his 2nd league start for them, though, this afternoon. The other was here against Brighton in that first home match at the Hill Dickinson Stadium. Everton free kick forwards to Njai. Pieces picked up in the midfield. Mikalenko, again, a little bit of space. Grealish has Munoz on him in a flash, cuts away from him, leaves Sarr for dead too, and then rolls the ball back to Pickford, who's midway inside the Everton half. Absolutely brilliant start to this game. In the opening half hour, Jordan Pickford made his first save inside a minute. He's made 2 others since then that have been absolutely top draw. Palace with 4 shots on target and could have definitely expected to score with 3 of those.
Oliver Glasner will definitely be the happier out of the 2 managers. They've had a really good first half an hour to this game, Palace. You can see they're full of confidence. They're a good team. And they look a threat going forward at the minute.
They're on the attack again here, moving forwards with Pino. Ball gets away from him. Everton intercept, and here they come. Again, the roar is to get forwards because there's excitement. Grealish is on the ball. He's got 3 people marking him though. Does well to find himself half a yard and moves it into the centre circle to Idris Gueye. Keeps it moving. O'Brien over on the far side, the Everton right. He's got Dibbling ahead of him. Checks and goes backwards. Few groans. And now Gueye again in the midfield. Gives it to Michael Keane, goal scorer here in the draw against West Ham on Monday. Mikalenko wide of him. Ball back in field to Gardner. And again, all the momentum that was expected when that move started has just gone out of Everton's play.
They do it well, Crystal Palace, though. The way they get back in. Oh, they're breaking down the right-hand side here with Dibbling.
Over the top by O'Brien to pick out Dibbling into the area right side. The cross into the 6 yards area, though, was too close to the keeper, and it was an easy falling save for Henderson to smother.
They're a box in midfield with the 3 centre-backs, the 2 wing-backs. The box that they create, Palace, in midfield is causing problems. But equally, when they lose the ball on the transition, they get back in and they create a 5 at the back, and the box turns into a 4 in front of that 5, and they're difficult to break down. You can understand they're well drilled, they're well organised, and you can understand why they've done so well, Palace, of late.
It's Alex Bruce with us here on Sports Extra 2 from the BBC, formerly of Birmingham, Leeds, Leicester, Ipswich, amongst many, many other clubs. Part of the management team at Salford City these days, as the ball is played to the Palace left to Mitchell, midway inside the half. Ball over the top, headed away by Keane, who's been a rock at the back for Everton so far. He's been superb. Pickford by far and away the home team's best player, but Keane has led by example, using all of those many years of experience. Gueye receives the ball back and then plays it forwards once more. Kamada is over there. Palace more patient with this latest phase of play. Go back into the centre circle where Richards has it. 32 gone here at the Hill Dickinson Stadium. Everton 0, Crystal Palace 0. Goals elsewhere. Aston Villa 1, Burnley 0 at Villa Park. In another 2 o'clock game, Marlon with the goal. It's still Newcastle 0, Forest 0 over on 5 Live. And on Sports Extra 3, Wolves lead Brighton by 1. Verbruggen own goal to 0. Wolves have had head coach Vitor Pereira sent off. Here, by far and away, Alex, when it comes to chances being created and the most likely to score, it's Palace.
It is Palace. They've done really well. They've controlled the game. For the away team coming here to this ground, the atmosphere, it's gone quiet. They've had control of the football. They've looked a threat going forward with the likes of Mateta and Sarr, and they've got it to wide areas with Munoz and Mitchell causing problems. It's been a really good first half performance. The only thing they're missing at the minute is a goal.
Maybe they'll get one here from this latest corner, their 4th of the first half, to be swung in from the far side by Kamada. In it goes, headed up into the air, again sideways rather than downfield, that Everton clearance, and O'Brien's forced to concede a throw in this time.
Here we go again.
Right by the corner flag to be taken by Chris Richards.
They're going to have to score from one, aren't they?
Well, if they do.
So many.
If Palace score from a long throw, I'm not going to speak to David Moyes afterwards, because he's getting more and more wound up, as we mentioned a few moments ago, whenever they get one. I am staying well out of his way if anything comes from this. Richards wipes the ball on his shirt. Referee Michael Salisbury gives him the signal. Everton fans think he's taking too long. In goes the throw, effortless to the 6 yards area. It's not dealt with. It's bobbling around in there. Someone needs to take charge, and eventually Everton will clear on this near side and win themselves a throw. It was patient in the end from Tierno Barry, but that could have fallen anywhere.
Again. Really is. It's problems again. It comes in, and do you know what they're good at, Palace? They're good at keeping it alive in the box. The second, third phase, they try and keep it alive. They cause problems and make it really, really difficult for Everton to clear the area.
Everton throw in their left-back area, still 0-0. You can see what Oliver Glasner has thought here. Try and silence what will be a boisterous crowd early on at this new ground. They've managed to do that, and now try and create as much as possible. 4 attempts on target, 3 excellent Pickford saves. Palace really unlucky not to be ahead. I was reading the predictions column from Chris Sutton on the BBC Sport website, and that when I was doing my prep earlier on. Chris Sutton fancied a 1-0 win here. You have to say, Palace will feel aggrieved not to be at least 1-0 up. Mykolenko, here's Keane, midway inside the Palace half. Can Everton hit Palace with what you consider to be a sucker punch here on the balance of play so far? Grealish wide on the left, again running at 2. Infield he goes to Garner. Garner's cross, in it goes! Just needs a touch and doesn't get one from Tierno Barry, looking for his first Everton goal. The ball in from Garner was exquisite. Barry peeled away from his marker and on the stretch at the back post, just couldn't get his big toe to it, which would have been enough.
What a fabulous ball in from Garner as well. It's worked out to Jack Grealish. It's worked its way out to Jack on the left-hand side. He plays it back to Garner. He whips it with his right foot towards the far corner. It just needed a touch from Barry, didn't it? It was a wonderful ball, a striker's dream. And he's so close to getting his toe on it.
He just misjudges the bounce, doesn't he?
He should score. It's been Everton's Achilles heel, hasn't it? Whether they play better up the top. Barry's got his chance today. You'd like to think at the other end, if that fell to Mateta, he'd score. If
you were a defender, Alex, you would be praising Mark Gay's contribution there as well, just to put him off more than anything.
He did enough. He got his arm across him. It was such a great ball and he couldn't take a touch on the ball, because if he did it would have been an own goal. He's breaking forward again here, Garner. Yeah,
Everton would it back through Garner in the midfield. Couldn't quite get hold of the second ball and Dibbling can't control it either. Palace will have a throw on the halfway line. Garner scored in the first game at this ground back in August, the 2-0 win that we've mentioned a few times over Brighton. Very nearly added an assist to his Hill Dickinson Stadium tally there, because the ball was superb. As we say, just couldn't quite get a big toe on it. Tierno Barry, 9 minutes to go until half-time, 0-0. Ball with Palace on the halfway line. Mitchell comes in field to Wharton. Gaze on him in a flash, but that's a good ball forward by Wharton. Palace have it, wide on the left. Cross is going to go in looking for Mateta. Headed away again by Keane. Grealish picks up the ball. Little bit of space. Gives it to Dibbling, who's facing his own keeper. And he goes back to his keeper. And again, any chances of a quick counter just come to an end there. Pickford goes long, looking for Barry, wins the flick, but the loose ball isn't going to find another blue shirt, because there wasn't one anywhere near him, and Palace will have the ball at the back with Gay. He plays it to centre-half partner Lacroix, and Palace will build again from the back. They have been the better of the two teams, but Everton with glimpses themselves. Chance early on for Grealish, that one a few moments ago. Palace come forwards here with Sarr and Munoz, and Palace take the lead.
What a goal.
A brilliant move from back to front. Sarr did well to pick out Munoz, who moves towards the fans in this corner, slides on his knees. Brilliant finish. No chance for Pickford that time. He beats the air in frustration, the Everton and England goalkeeper. Palace in front yet again. Everton 0, Crystal Palace 1. What a fantastic goal, and it starts at the back with Mark Gahey. It's a fantastic pass. He breaks two lines with the ball into Pino at the top of the pitch. He takes hold of it. He turns away from the Everton players. He finds a lovely pass out to Munoz on this far side. It's a great turn and a great pass through to Sarr, who runs forward. He slips it into the 18-yard box. It's a well-timed run. There's question marks. Is he offside? I don't think he is. And it's a wonderful finish from Munoz. He beats Jordan Pickford at his near post. It's such a really great goal from Palace. Well worked. And I have to say, they thoroughly deserve it as well. Sarr perfect with the time of the pass. And Munoz makes it 2 goals in 3 days, having scored the other night too in the 2-0 win against Dynamo Kyiv in the Conference League. He's got this one today here. 2 away goals for the defender, for the right back, and he timed his run to perfection, helped by the creativity of Sarr. And as we were saying there in the commentary, it was just a brilliant team goal from back to front, and Palace lead at the Hill Dickinson Stadium, and you have to say it's thoroughly deserved. Everton come forwards looking to try and equalise here straight away. Grealish with the ball in field. They might just do that actually. Mykolenko, if he can get it back to Grealish, he can. 25 yards out, cutting in from the left. He's forced to go back to Idrissa Gueye. And now Tarkowski. Keane on the edge of the centre circle. Gay again. The press from Palace just makes it so hard for the opposition. They're so well drilled, so well organised when it comes to defending 1 minute and then moving forwards to attack and score the next. Ball down the Everton right. Dibbling will give chase. Defended by the ever impressible Gay. Ball in the Palace midfield. Wharton does well, but then gives it away. Dibbling picks up the loose ball, and here come Everton on the turn, but that is going to run all the way through to goalkeeper Henderson. A little bit of a coming together there, but we should be okay to continue, and we will be. Just over 5 minutes to go until half-time. Really impressed you, didn't it, that Palace goal?
It really did. It was such a well-worked goal, and wait till you see it later. For the listeners who are listening, it was a fantastic goal from back to front. Great football, carved Everton up. I have to say, really good play.
Yeah, you can see the highlights from 8 o'clock via the BBC Sport website and app, and then all the analysis with the extended highlights on tonight's Match of the Day on BBC One with Kelly Cates and the team later. Here's Keane for Everton. 5 minutes to go until half-time. Everton 0, Crystal Palace 1. Munoz with his second goal in 3 days. But to be fair, Palace could be 3 or even 4 up. Here they come again. Ball down the right. Sarr's expecting the flag to go up. It doesn't. I think the assistant referee was a couple of yards behind. That's something to do with it. Sarr rolls the ball back to Wharton, edge of the area, tries the through ball, and it's going to work as well. Everton have switched off here. The ball's rolled back, but Dibbling is in the right place at the right time to clear. That's a poor ball further out by Gay. Loose ball falls for Everton though, with Njai, and he gives it to Tierno Barry. He hesitated as soon as he looked up and saw that he was the final Everton player midway inside the half. He just stuttered, and that allowed Palace to get 4 players back in a flash, and the attack broke down.
The Everton punters are going mad with the number 9, Tierno Barry there, but I have to say I feel a little bit sorry for him. He's up against 3 defenders, he's a little bit isolated. The Everton players have got to get up and support him quicker. They've got to pass the ball forward, get it forward. There's been too many square passes, backwards passes, and when it's gone forward, he's been isolated. I can understand the supporters' frustration, but they're going to have to get around him and help him a little bit as well. I'm
watching Grealish have a bit of a whinge at the moment. If you were down there wearing an Everton shirt, what would be irritating you the most, Alex?
Pure and simple, we've not got the ball forward quick enough. We haven't got it into Ndai. He's been not in the game at all. They haven't got the ball to Dibbling, Grealish. They've just been pedestrian with their passing. They've gone forward, they've gone sideways, backwards constantly. And I think that'll be the message from David Moyes at half-time. We must get in their half, try and cause them problems, press them higher up the pitch, and when you get it, play the ball forward, try and cause them a problem.
Palace just playing keep ball at the moment inside their own half. 3 minutes to go until half-time. Everton 0, Palace 1 here on Sports Extra 2. Wolves lead Brighton 1-0 on Sports Extra 3. On the BBC Sport website currently, Aston Villa 1, Burnley 0. And the only 0-0 game out of the 2 o'clocks is our 5 live commentary at St James's Park between Newcastle United and Nottingham Forest. I was at the City Ground on Thursday. All kinds of pressure being heaped on Big Ange there. Could do with something. He's got a point at the moment as they tick towards half-time in the northeast. Here in the northwest, Everton looking to equalise through Barry. Rolls the ball back. Referee needs to get out of Garner's way and does. Here's Mikalenko wide on the left. Where's Grealish gone? Grealish is standing on the 18 yards line. Everton though go backwards. Few more groans. They're keeping the ball, but they're losing momentum. Now Garner's got space to move into. Raking ball to the left. Mikalenko does well. Into the area, brings it down on his chest, slips, recovers. Appeals for handball as both players went down there, but Everton continue. Grealish does well. Ball to Njai. Can he get a shot away? He can't, because Mitchell's done really well defending there. And Njai takes it to the byline. 2 Palace players trying to defend. Everton want a free kick. Assistant referee's not interested. Fantastic. And Everton have more reasons to moan.
Fantastic defending from Tyreek Mitchell. I have to say, he gets back to Ndai and he forces him wide. He gets him on the byline. Question marks over, was it a little shove? But I think it was good defending. He was just too strong and aggressive for him. Good defending from the Crystal Palace fullback.
We've mentioned David Moyes' body language a few times. I love watching Oliver Glasner whenever I cover a Crystal Palace game. He is literally a 12th player. He kicks absolutely every ball on the edge of his technical area, and he's doing the same thing here. He's moving his feet. He's constantly waving both arms around like he's conducting some kind of orchestra. He's full of energy, and he has done a remarkable job as they look to make it a club record 13th top flight game without defeat in a row, 20 in all competitions. They've not lost at all since that 5-0 defeat at Newcastle back on April the 16th. The game immediately before that, they lost 5-2 at Manchester City, but should have been about 5-0 up in that game at one point. It's a remarkable run that this team are on, and as things stand in the live Premier League table, Crystal Palace are going second with 4 wins and 3 draws, a point off leaders Arsenal. Still a long way to go here though. Palace looking to get a second goal as they move forwards with Pino. Challenge goes in from Dibbling. Final 30 seconds of the half. Palace more than deserved leaders.
Do you know what, Lee? It's the first time I've seen them this season, and what you're saying there about the game's unbeaten and the run they've been on, and the energy of Glasner on the touchline, I have to say, you can understand why. They're an impressive outfit. They're so well organised, both with and without the ball. They're full of energy, full of enthusiasm. They're a threat on the break. They've got good footballers. And you can understand why they're doing so well.
Here they come again with the ball from the left, looking for Sarr.
As indicated, there will be a minimum of 1 minute additional time.
There you go. You don't need me to tell you how long it's going to be added on, as Gay goes back to his keeper via a little flick of the head from Tarkowski, and that should be just about that for the first half here at the Hill Dickinson Stadium. A half which started in Palace's favour from minute 1 when Pickford was forced into an excellent save. He's made 3 more since then. No chance with the goal. Good move by Palace from back to front. Sarr picked out the run of Munoz, unmarked right side of the area, and he side-footed it hard and low past Pickford, who had no chance of keeping that one out. If it wasn't for the England goalkeeper, Palace would be out of sight. Everton with work to do. David Moyes with a one hell of a team talk to deliver during the interval. Jack Grealish there, we've just seen him blast the ball against Mateta as they both went in for a loose ball. He looks exceptionally annoyed at the moment, the man wearing number 18 in Everton blue.
He's not keeping it a secret, is he?
No.
He's letting his frustration be shown.
There is the half-time whistle. Everton 0, Crystal Palace 1. What are you saying if you're Moyes at half-time, Alex?
I'm just saying you need more. I need more, chaps, because they've been by far the better team in every department, Palace. They're a good side, like I keep saying. But Everton haven't got the ball forward quick enough. They've looked lethargic. They've looked like they haven't supported Barry up the top end of the pitch quick enough. They certainly haven't used Dibbling and Grealish anywhere near enough. And Jai in the 10 position off the front. They haven't got the ball into them players to try and cause Palace a problem. They just need to up it and do things a little bit quicker.
If you were Glasner, would you be saying, look, of course I'm happy to be leading, but at the same time, would you be a bit annoyed that this isn't 2-3 or possibly even 4?
I think the message from Glasner will be we should, exactly that, for how well we've played, we should be maybe 2-3 up, but more of the same, chaps. Give me a performance exactly the same. These have been excellent, and they've been a threat in wide areas with the 2 wing backs bombing on, and then every time they get the ball forward into Pino, into Mateta's and Sarr, they've just looked a real threat, and they've caused Everton all kinds of problems. And if, like you say, if it wasn't for Jordan Pickford, they would be 2-3 up.
We'll be back for second half commentary here at the Hill Dickinson Stadium, which is so impressive, in about 13 or 4 minutes time. Everton though, less than impressive. At the break, Everton 0, Crystal Palace 1. Welcome back to the Hill Dickinson Stadium. Palace's players have been out for the last minute 90 seconds. Everton's just starting to re-emerge now, no doubt, with the words of David Moyes ringing in their ears after a disappointing first half. And it looks like they're going to make a double change at the break as well. They're going to bring on Beto and Carlos Alcaraz. So a double Everton change at half-time. Let's see who's going to make way. Tyler Dibbling's going to go off. Feel for him, didn't do too much wrong, just wasn't really that involved. And Tierno Barry is going to make way as well. So Barry and Dibbling off, Beto and Alcaraz on. What do you think, Alex, there? Because we were saying initially it looked like personnel-wise in the first half they got a lot of width, Everton, with Dibbling and Grealish, but Jack to an extent, and certainly Dibbling, were marked out of the game.
Yeah, they were, and it hasn't surprised me that he's made the change. He needed to do something, Moisey. I think Beto coming on will give them a little bit more of a physical presence up the top of the pitch. He'll look to run the Palace back 3 down the sides more. It looks like Njai's come out to the right-hand side. and Alcaraz has gone through the middle just behind Beto with Jack out on the left. So it'll be interesting to see how they look.
We'll run through the two lineups for you in just a second, but we're back underway here at Bramley Moor Dock on Merseyside. Everton 0, Crystal Palace 1. Everton with work to do. David Moyes, we mentioned a few times in the first half, just looked a very, very frustrated man. He's taken that frustration out by making two changes at half-time then. Barry and Dibbling making way for Beto and Alcaraz. Beto with 2 goals for the season so far, one here against Mansfield in the League Cup, the other at Wolves in the Premier League in that 3-2 win. And already Everton have had 100% possession for the first minute of the half. They move it forward. Do they run out of space? They don't. Palace come away with the ball and work it in field to Jean-Philippe Mateta. Was that a foul? Yes, says referee Michael Salisbury, and it will be a free kick to the visitors. So, Everton with Pickford in goal, Jake O'Brien, James Tarkowski, Michael Keane and Vitaly Mikalenko as the back four, Garner and Gay sitting in the midfield. Beto's the main striker, then the 3 in behind him are Grealish and Jai and Carlos Alcaraz. Palace free kick works its way out to this near side. Gay does well. Works it to Pino, back inside to Gay, forwards from centre half here, and now Sarr, 25 yards out, Grealish does well, tracking back, picks the pockets of Sarr, but then the ball runs away from him, and Wharton has it back for Palace. He goes back to Richards on the halfway line, sweeps it in field. Everton might just be able to pick the pockets here of Maxence Lacroix. They've got the ball, but Palace are able to get back in their numbers, and now this is good play by Alcaraz, and he works the ball to Njai, edge of the area right side, tried the pull back, Palace get back and defend. Anywhere will do with the clearance. It ends up in the centre circle, but the fans sense this is better from Everton straight away. They try and play the ball forwards. Palace intercept. Wharton comes away with it, but Everton have been awarded a free kick for a foul on the edge of the centre circle. Better, Alex.
Much better from Everton. They're on the front foot. They're getting in Crystal Palace's faces. Alcaraz has set the tone in that 10 position just behind Beto. He's got after people. He's made a couple of challenges. He's worked a lovely pass out here to this right hand side for Njai. He's worked it into the box. Should have shot, shouldn't he, when he had the opportunity. He tried to find the pass by squaring it. It was a great opportunity to test the goalkeeper, but a much better start from Everton in this second half.
Garner with the free kick, quickly out to the left to Grealish, who's running at the goal scorer Munoz. Ball back in field, chipped over the top by Everton, looking for the head of O'Brien. It's clawed away by Henderson. It's back out on this near side with Njai for Everton. 2 for company. Peels away, does well, turns the full 360, keeps the ball in play. Njai using the full width of the pitch, crosses blocked, falls for O'Brien, chips it in towards the penalty spot. Acrobatic effort, shot goes in. Palace with the block again. It falls to Idrissa Gueye, sweeps the ball to Garner, keeps it moving right to left. Good start to the second half this by David Moyes' team. Grealish cuts inside. Garner's still there in support, just puts his foot on the ball for a second. Loads of supporters really late coming back in following the half-time break, still pouring into the seats in front of us. They're missing Everton's best spell of the game. Idrissa Gueye's ball in towards the penalty spot. Sarr will clear on the turn and Everton will build again from the back, and absolutely giving it some to get there first to the loose ball is Vitaly Mikalenko. It's now back with Everton inside the centre circle, and now Mikalenko again. 4 gone in the second half, and already Everton have been better in the second than they were in all of the first.
They've done more in 3 minutes than they did in the whole first half. Far better. Moyes has obviously had his effect at half time. He's obviously said a few choice words. I would imagine he's made a couple of changes and they look like a different team. The crowd are up.
To be fair, if David Moyes had a word with me at half time, I'd probably come out.
They needed it though, didn't they?
Putting in that extra 10%, they did.
They were flat first half, and he knows that, and I'm sure the players know that, but they've started the second half much better.
Palace line up with Henderson in goal. It's the same as in the first half. Richards, Lacroix and Gay, their back 3. Munoz, the goal scorer. Wharton, Kamada and Mitchell, the mid 4, and then the forward 3, Sarr, Mateta and Pino. Here come Everton into the area left side, pulled back towards Njai. Palace able to clear. More frustration from Everton supporters in front of us as Kamada comes forwards on the counter for Crystal Palace. It's a massive cliche in football. The next goal in this game is absolutely massive, because if Everton get it, it's game on. They've been penalised there for a foul on Wharton by Idrissa Gueye. If Palace get it, it will be game over, and you feel Everton and this ground will go back to feeling very flat once again. Palace have the ball on the halfway line. Sports Extra 2 from the BBC. Everton 0, Crystal Palace 1. All of the other 2 o'clock kickoffs have restarted in the Premier League as well. On Sports Extra, Aston Villa 1, Burnley 0. On Sports Extra 3, Wolves 1, Brighton 0. And over on 5 Live, it's Newcastle 0, Nottingham Forest 0. 6 minutes gone there in the second half at St James's Park. Here, the ball is with Tyreek Mitchell on the left, on the halfway line for Oliver Glasner's Palace. They go back to Henderson, who's been closed down quickly by Beto. Higher press by Everton as Palace try and play out from the back, and they're struggling to do so. Good challenge going in that time by Mikalenko, and that is all it takes. Just that little bit of in-your-face kind of play.
It's all the supporters, every supporter up and down the land, that's all they want to see. A little bit of enthusiasm, a little bit of energy going up against teams. They've been far better in this second half. Like you say, Lee, the press has been better. They've been in Palace's faces. And you can hear it with the support, the way they're going with them.
That's Alex Bruce with us here on Sports Extra 2, former Birmingham, Leeds, Leicester, Ipswich player, now part of the management team at League 2 side Salford City, supporting Carl Robinson. Here, Palace have the ball in their left-back area. They go long, looking for the run of Jean-Philippe Mateta. They find him, but the bounce just took it away from Mateta as he let it run, and Pickford on hand to make the claim. Bowls it out to Tarkowski, who's dribbling it forwards. Everton fans keen for them to keep this pace, to keep building this momentum as they work the ball to the right. And I don't know what they're doing at half-time with the hospitality here. They are pouring in still, in their hundreds right below us.
The bars are impressive though on that gantry when we walked through, weren't they?
Very nice.
Bit better than the first half, I have to say.
You should call it the concourse area at a football ground. It's more like, if you've ever been into one of those escape lounges at an airport, that's what it's like, where the fans go for their half-time refreshments. So no wonder they're making the most of them down there. But they've missed Everton's best spell of the game by a mile. Here come Palace. That's miscontrolled by O'Brien. And for some reason, the referees decided to pull play back for a Palace free kick in the centre circle, when Palace looked like they were going to come forwards anyway.
It was a foul from Jack in the centre circle. He's brought Wharton down in the middle of the pitch. It was a definite free kick. The referee got that spot on. I think there's a problem here, though, for Everton. It looks like Michael Keane's suffering with something. Is he holding his ribs there? The 2 physios have run on. Yeah, it looks like it's his hip or his ribs. I don't know if he's took a bang. That'll be a big miss to Everton if they go off.
Well, he has been absolutely superb, hasn't he?
Yeah,
when they've been under the car.
Okay. Yeah. And that's one thing that they're going to have to do well, Everton. With being 1-0 down, if they're going to have more of the ball and push for that equaliser, they need to make sure the back door's closed, because we know how Crystal Palace, with the front 3 that they've got, they can be lethal on the counter-attack. So they need to make sure they defend well, especially on the turnover.
So we've just got that break in play here. It gives me a chance to tell you that Villa against Burnley is now on Sports Extra. The first half wasn't. It was on the BBC Sport website. That's because during the first half of that game at Villa Park, it was the Singapore Grand Prix on Sports Extra. That has now finished. Spoiler alert coming up. George Russell was the winner of the Singapore Grand Prix from pole position, as Norris finished ahead of teammate Piastri in the title race. So listen out for the Checkered Flag podcast via BBC Sounds for all the reaction to that. It looks like it's going to go the distance this time. The Formula One title race, that latest part of the season, stage 18, drawing to a close in Singapore. George Russell winning from pole for Mercedes. Here, Michael Keane back on his feet. Made his way over to the far side, and he looks like he's going to be able to continue, which is good news from an Everton point of view. The bad news is all the momentum that they've had since half-time, they'll do well not to lose here following that 2-minute break in play. Ball with Palace, midway inside the Everton half. Mitchell goes back to Gay. He's got space to move into, and he's not been afraid to move into it in either half so far. Likes to get forwards from centre half. Scored for England during the last international break, obviously called up this time around as well for the games against Wales and Latvia. Palace play the ball towards the edge of the penalty area. Everton come away with it though with Alcaraz. To Beto, does well twice, 3 times to keep hold of the ball, because all 3 times he looked like he was going to lose possession. He was second favourite, and he's done really well there, and the ball will come out for an Everton throw in front of Oliver Glasner. Good play that time by Beto.
Much better from the centre forward, exactly what you want from your number 9. He backed in, he held the ball up, he worked it to the side, found his pass, and you could hear the crowd go with him again. Much better from the centre forward. They've got a focal point now at the top of the pitch, which they didn't have in the first half.
Everton with the ball just over halfway at the moment. Kamada does well for Palace to win the ball back and go all the way to goalkeeper Dean Henderson. So 10 minutes gone in the second half. I mentioned Chris Sutton's predictions column in the first half on the BBC Sport website. He went for a 1-0 Palace win, and that is on as things stand. Palace leading 1-0 and going second in the Premier League table. Speaking of Chris, he'll be back tonight on 5 Live from 6:30 with Robbie Savage for 6:06 as Palace come forwards here, looking to make it 2 into the penalty area. Cross goes in towards Mateta. Excellent bit of Everton defending to get the ball clear, because it looked like Mateta was just going to get a tap in there 6 yards out.
Fantastic defending and from James Tarkowski, the way he cleared that ball in the middle of his 6-yard box, the way it was drilled across. Good play from Crystal Palace. It's that lad again, Adam Wharton. He's been so impressive in this game. He breaks forward from midfield. He slips the pass for Sarr on the right-hand side, who breaks down the sides, slides it across the 6-yard box, and there was Tarkowski just to stick a leg out and clear the ball. But it looked like it was going to be a second goal there for Palace, apart from the good defending.
Sarr, who got the assist for the goal, very nearly got an assist for another one there, and would have been forgiven had he taken the shot on himself. The angle was tight, but he decided to go for the pullback.
Yeah, he probably should have took the shot on with the angle it was at.
Palace with it back in the midfield. Everton want a free kick for a foul on Gay. Nothing doing. Kamada might hit one here, and he drags it wide of the bottom corner. And Pickford and the Everton players not happy. They wanted a free kick, which never came from referee Salisbury.
Yeah, they thought it was a foul on Idrissa Gay in the middle of the pitch. He's just having a word with Paul Salisbury. He wasn't happy with the challenge. He waved play on the referee. And Palace obviously just took the shot on from the edge of the box, but dragged it wide of the post from Kamada.
Mentioning earlier, 6:06 back tonight from 6:30 with Robbie and Chris. That follows commentary on 5 Live of Brentford against Manchester City. That one kicks off at 4:30. Earlier in the Championship, Ipswich beating Norwich by 3-1, and they're underway in the 3 Scottish Premiership 3 o'clock kickoffs, all of them goalless at the moment. Aberdeen, Dundee, Celtic against Motherwell, and struggling Rangers away at Falkirk. Everton with the ball here inside their own half. They give it to Pickford, and Everton will look to build again from the back. They go long this time via Pickford's left foot. Ball headed away by Richards. Goes straight to Grealish, to the edge of the area, inside left, rolls it in field. Gay opens up. Will he get a shot away? No. Tries to pass the ball to Alcaraz. Kamada's able to intercept, but Alcaraz does well to stick with his man and win it back. Here's Gay again. Goes back to Tarkowski on halfway. Alcaraz wide right this time. Gay with space in the midfield. Wants to keep it moving. Here's Grealish. First touch was a little bit heavy, invited the challenge from Wharton, who does well not once but twice, and Palace come away with the ball with Kamada. Mateta now back to goal inside the centre circle, works it to the right to the goal scorer Munoz, and it's Palace's turn this time to just put the foot on the ball, not go bursting forwards, and just make the most of having possession with 13 minutes gone in the second half.
Great play again from Adam Wharton in the middle of the pitch. He's broke up the play lovely in this game. He's won 2 duels there with Jack Grealish fighting for the ball. He come away with it twice. There he is again. Oh, he's left one in on Jack this time.
He has, but Everton are going to come forwards. Referee plays the advantage because Beto's got the ball, gives it to Alcaraz, and now Garner, and Palace are able to intercept. Grealish back on his feet, which is good news from an Everton point of view anyway, and now Palace have it with Sarr into the centre circle. Pino, ball gets away from him. Mateta's caught offside anyway, so it makes no difference. Now in the first half, we were talking about our 5 Live commentary game and how the pressure is very much on Big Ange, while Newcastle have just taken the lead against Nottingham Forest, and it's Bruno Guimaraes who's got it in our 5 Live commentary there with Alistair Bruce Ball. Newcastle 1, Nottingham Forest 0. Everton go long here looking for the run of Beto, but goalkeeper Henderson comes and makes the claim. So we've had 1 goal in each of the Premier League's 4 2 o'clock kickoffs. Aston Villa 1, Burnley 0 on Sports Extra. Here on Sports Extra 2, Everton 0, Palace 1. On Sports Extra 3, Wolves 1, Brighton 0, and Newcastle lead Forest 1-0 on 5 Live. Here come Palace looking to make it 2. Mateta with the chip over the keeper. Brilliant clearance by O'Brien from just in front of the line. Mateta went bursting into the area right side, chipped it forwards over Pickford, and O'Brien with a brilliant clearance to keep it at 1-0.
He got his mate out of trouble there, O'Brien. It was a good bit of play from Palace. It was a mistake from James Tarkowski on the far side. He took a heavy touch and Mateta nicked it off his toes. He threw one-on-one with Jordan Pickford. He dinks it over him and O'Brien manages to get back on the line and clear it off the line. But good bit of play from Crystal Palace again. They're starting to look threatening in this second half.
O'Brien, who was actually at Palace between 2021 and 2023 but never made a senior appearance for them, denying his old club a second and you feel decisive goal there from just in front of the line with Pickford beaten. Now here come Palace again. Sarr switches things from left to right. Munoz is over there, wins the header towards Mateta. Tarkowski, side foot towards halfway. Beto in a battle with Richards to get there first. Richards does the better of the two and managed to steer the ball towards Wharton, who wants it back from Munoz, doesn't get it though, and they go back to Richards at centre half to Palace. We've hit the hour mark here at the Hill Dickinson Stadium. Palace still leading by that 1-0 given to them by Munoz. Great team move in the 37th minute. Sarr with the assist, Munoz with a finish from close range, side foot, low, past Pickford, who's been excellent. And now is that going to be a foul on Mitchell by Njai? No, says the referee. Everton throw midway inside their own half on this near side, and you can just feel that now Everton have lost some of that early momentum that they had since half time. The fans are just starting to get their air off a bit.
Palace are just starting to turn the screw again, aren't they? They're just starting to get on top in this second half. They've had a couple of decent chances, one in particular where it was cleared off the line, and you can hear the Everton faithful just getting a little bit frustrated again. They want the ball forward, they want to get after the team, and it's been a frustrating afternoon so far for this Everton faithful.
So still Everton 0, Crystal Palace 1. They absolutely should have made it 2 a few moments ago. Great clearance off the line with his head by O'Brien. And now it's Everton's turn through O'Brien to get ready with a long throw here. 19 yards from the corner flag, using the full width of the pitch, or the side of the pitch rather, at the Hill Dickinson Stadium for his run-up. Long throw towards the 6 yards line. Palace don't deal with it. The ball's loose inside the area here. Up it goes into the air. And it's back with O'Brien, wide on the Everton right. Cross goes in, it's low. Palace defender in the form of Mateta, who's back there, snatches at it. Everton guide it back to Idris Gueye. Through ball, chance with the shot from the edge of the area from Keane, and it just goes wide. It was bobbling around. Keane wrapped his right boot around it, but it was always going wide of Henderson's bottom left-hand corner.
It was the two centre-halves who caused Palace a problem there. Idris Gueye had the ball in the middle of the pitch. He fires a ball into Tarkowski, who was in the 18-yard box. He sets it lovely for Michael Keane, who gets his first shot off. Palace got a good block on, and then unfortunately from an Everton's point of view, he hits the second one just wide of the post.
Well, 63 minutes gone here. Everton, as things stand, on their way to their first defeat at this ground. So it's a piece of history that Everton will be trying to avoid here. Palace come forwards looking for that decisive second goal. Pino with the through ball. Sarr's round Pickford. Pickford recovers. Sarr keeps going. Shot gets blocked. Opportunity here, and Mateta's put it wide from 12 yards out. Left foot, went for the bottom corner. Pickford was in no man's land. So too were the Everton defenders, and somehow Mateta's missed the target.
Pick the bones out of that. Where do you start? It was chance after chance they had to score. First with Sarr. He rounds Jordan Pickford. I have to say, when he tries to get the shot towards goal, Everton did great in terms of getting bodies back in the box. They got 6 Everton shirts back between themselves and the ball, and they managed to get the block off it. The first block falls to Mateta, and he just scuffs it wide of the post. What a chance. And Oliver Glasner must be thinking, we need another goal, lads, because for all this domination and the chances that we're having, we need to put this game to bed.
Well, I think Michael Keane's afternoon has been put to bed here. He's just gone down again, having got back following the chance he had to score down the other end. He received treatment a few moments ago, and now his race is run. He's going to be replaced by Tim Urugbunam for the final 26 minutes plus stoppage time here. A shame that his afternoon's ended like this, because he's been a proper leader as per usual.
Yes, he has, and you can tell because the Everton faithful are giving him a good clap coming off the pitch. He's defended well. He's been a threat in the from the lack of opportunities that Everton have had. Michael Keane, you'd have to say, from an offensive point of view, has caused them problems as well, set plays, so it'll be a big miss going off. Looks like he's took a whack on the ribs or his hip or something. But they've made the change. Looks like O'Brien's going into centre half and Garner is coming out here to right back. With Eric Boonham going into midfield with Idrissa Gueye. That's how they're going to go for the next 25 minutes of this game.
He's gone straight down the tunnel, Michael Keane, but he was walking unaided and didn't look too uncomfortable either, so you'll take heart from that if you're an Everton supporter, that it's nothing too serious going into the second international break. Speaking of seconds, Aston Villa have got a second at home to Burnley, and Marlon has got this one too. So Marlon with 2, Villa with 2, Aston Villa 2, Burnley 0. Commentary of that continues with John Bennett over on Sports Extra. Here on Sports Extra 2, Everton 0, Crystal Palace 1. Pickford from the edge of his own D for Everton goes long to the left, looking for Alcaraz, who's here inside the area. Alcaraz with a shot, caught it well, good save by Henderson to tip it over the crossbar. He has changed things since half time. Alcaraz, who now takes a quick corner. We've got 2 balls on the pitch. Grealish with the cross in towards Beto, cleared away by Richards. We've still got 2 balls on the pitch, and as soon as the referee notices this game's going to get stopped as Crystal Palace come forwards, they win themselves a throw. But once again, Alcaraz, what an absolute bundle of energy he's been, Alex.
He really has. He's been very good in this second half for Everton. He's got in and around it, he's shown energy, and that was Everton's best chance really of the game, I would have to say. He bursts into the box, he takes the shot on early, it's a good save. Dean Henderson gets his hand up and tips it over the crossbar, but much better from Everton, and it started with that guy again, Alcaraz. He's definitely brought something to the table here in this second half.
Everton have the ball on halfway with Idrissa Gueye. That save from Henderson was used to set up chance of England's number 1 from the Palace fans over on the far side, directed at Jordan Pickford, who just gave them the thumbs up, standing just in front of where they are, the 2 England goalkeepers.
They've both done well, haven't they? They've both made some good saves.
They've both been excellent. Both will be getting ready to join up with Thomas Tuchel and the team at the conclusion of this game. Everton awarded a free kick in the midfield for a foul on Timur Boonham. But Everton have been better in the second half. It just took them 45 minutes to wake up. And now there's a little bit of argy-bargy here because Garner is trying to take the free kick. And in his face is Pino, who won't move. And he gets a yellow card for obstruction.
He's booking him as well.
And Garner gets a yellow card for pushing him over. That was literally pantomime stuff there. Cheers and boos all over the place. All a lot of nonsense.
Michael Salisbury's stuck to the letter of the law. You can't raise your hands, but he's standing over the ball as he's trying to take the free kick. Pino, and he's trying to frustrate James Garner. He's booking David Moyes now for having a go at him. Oh, the Everton faithful won't like this, but
and yeah, still Pino won't move away from the ball.
He's got to be careful. He's got to get 10 yards away. He's definitely not 10 yards away there either, is he, Lee?
And that's what the Everton fans are trying to say. They're trying to ask Michael Salisbury what his counting's like. David Moyes is making the point, and everyone's telling Yeremy Pino to move out of the way. Garner with the free kick, takes it towards the edge of the area. Ball headed on, volleyed away by Palace. So all of that came about because Pino was trying to obstruct the quick taking of a free kick. More fool Garner and Moyes for taking the bait. They both got a yellow, Pino got a yellow, and it was just an absolute nonsense as Everton come away with the ball this time. Eric Boonham back to Garner, wide on the right, diagonal ball in. Henderson comes and makes the claim as you'd expect.
Do you know, in all of it though, if I was Oliver Glasner, I'd be really frustrated with my player there because he's woke everyone up in the ground, hasn't he? He's caused a big melee, he's caused a stir. The Everton supporters have got up. Now all of a sudden they're on the front foot, Everton, and the crowd are getting behind them, all because of something that could have been diluted very, very easily.
Eddie Nketiah standing by for Palace following his goal against Dynamo Kyiv in the Conference League on Thursday. He's got 2 for the season so far, and he is going to make his entrance here now as the ball goes out for an Everton throw on the far side. Eddie Nketiah is going to take the place of the man who should have killed the game off a few moments ago, Jean-Philippe Mateta.
He's done really well, Mateta, though. He's been a real handful for the Everton lads. He's had chance after chance, he's led the line really well, he's ran down the sides, but what a good substitution to have when you're bringing on the likes of Nketiah to replace him. 2 really, really good players, and that might be the difference between the 2 teams.
20 minutes to go. Everton 0, Crystal Palace 1 here on Sports Extra 2. Elsewhere, Villa 2, Burnley 0, Newcastle 1, struggling Forest 0, and Wolves 1, Brighton 0. We just mentioned David Moyes getting booked here. Vitor Pereira, the Wolves head coach, was sent off on in that game in Molineux, which you can hear right now on Sports Extra 3. Here's Idrissa Gueye for Everton on the halfway line just left of the centre circle. Out wide to Grealish, over the top. Here's the impressive Alcaraz, back to goal 30 yards out. Holds off his marker, gives it to Grealish in a battle with Munoz. Grealish goes to ground, referee plays the advantage. Mikalenko sends in the cross. Everton win a corner, but the referees pulled play back for the earlier foul on Jack Grealish. Palace with a man down who looks like Munoz. But he, Alcaraz, who gave the ball to Grealish in the first place, has just completely changed the way this Everton team are going about their business.
I'm just laughing at what the two of them were doing there. The fullback Munoz, he was on his back and Alcaraz has ran over and give him treatment by the looks of it. I don't know what he was doing with his legs, but he's done the trick because he's back on his feet anyway. Bizarre moment.
Carlos Alcaraz is all for let's crack on, let's do everything at 50 miles an hour. That's what Everton need to avoid losing at this ground for the first time. They trail 1-0. Garner with the free kick, 25 yards from the byline inside left, chipped in towards the back post. Good shout from Henderson, goes all the way through and behind for a Palace goal kick. The big question, Alex Bruce, with 19 minutes to go, is there an Everton equaliser or more in this game?
There always is. I mean, from a Palace point of view, they'll be, as I said before, they'll be really disappointed they've not put this game to bed because they should have. But whilst it's 1-0, there's always a chance. They have still got quality on the pitch. Everton with the likes of Grealish and Diaye. Beto now. Alcaraz has done well in this second half since he's come on. So they have got players on the pitch who can score a goal, but they're just going to have to show a little bit more quality up the top of the pitch because the one thing that they've done all game is they've just wasted opportunities. Every time they've got in good areas, they've given it away. They've been sloppy. The Jack Grealish free kick there, for example, is a good opportunity to put it in the box, work something. He puts too much on it, puts it out of play. So it's just that last little bit of quality what they need to improve.
Yeah, Grealish doing well to win the free kick in the first place, though. Is there more in this game for David Moyes' team? He's made 3 changes so far, bringing on Beto and Alcaraz at half-time, then being forced to bring on Iroegbunam for the injured Keane, and Jai does well, but then Iroegbunam gets penalised for a foul. Palace have a free kick, and again, Michael Salisbury forced to stop the flow of this game, much to the annoyance of one man in particular sitting 2 rows in front of us, who is incredibly loud. Into the final quarter of this game. Palace free kick hit diagonally from left to right. Ball's going to fall for Sarr on his chest. Moves into the area. He's got Idrissa Gueye for company. Ball from Sarr is poor. Gueye will bring it away. Alcaraz has got 2 around him. That's a foul. Referee plays the advantage. Beto tries to lay the ball off to Gueye. Referee played the advantage. Clearance made by Richards for Palace. And the Everton fans, there you can hear them again. They're staying with their team. They want them to keep up the momentum that they've had pretty much since half-time, since that double change was made by Moyes. O'Brien brings the ball forwards to halfway and checks and gives it to his skipper, James Tarkowski. Works it to the right to Garner, who's changed positions following that injury to Keane since he left the field. Here's Iroegbunam, who replaced Keane. And now O'Brien saying, look, who's wide for me at the moment? O'Brien to Mikalenko. He plays the ball up towards Beto. And now that's a foul, surely. And that's going to be an Everton penalty. Wow. Foul inside the area. It was a clumsy challenge for Maxence Lacroix. And the referee, Michael Salisbury, had no hesitation in pointing to the spot. Lacroix goes down, holding his knee. Iroegbunam slowly gets to his feet, and there was no question in the referee's mind that he was going to point to the spot. We look at the replay. Oh, it was so poor from Lacroix. Clumsy. Good run though by Iroegbunam in the first place.
Well, that's what you get. You get your rewards when you run into the box. He's made a great run, Iroegbunam. He's done well since he's come on. So it looks like it's Jack Grealish who's going to take the penalty. But he runs forward and Lacroix goes to ground when he doesn't need to. And I think he tries to pull out because he realises, what am I doing? And it's too late. He makes contact with him. It's a stupid challenge. And for all Crystal Palace's quality, they've been on top in this game, no doubt about it. They've given Everton a chance to now equalise. Jack's given the ball to Ndiaye as well, is it? He's going to take the penalty.
He has. The ball's not on the spot yet, but it looked like Grealish was going to take the penalty. A little bit of chit-chat between the two, and he hands the ball over to Iliman Ndiaye, who has 2 goals for the season so far. Long delay in this penalty being taken. VAR haven't got involved. There was no need for them to get involved. It was the most clear-cut penalty you'll see all season. And now Ndiaye, 2 for the season already, as I say, both in the Premier League, puts the ball on the spot to bring Everton level. Short run up he steps and sends Henderson the wrong way. And with 15 minutes to go, Iliman Ndiaye brings Everton back level in this game. And now which one of these 2 teams can go on to get the winner? It's Everton 1, Crystal Palace 1.
Listen to that roar. Game on. It's a well-taken penalty from Ndiaye. He slots it to the bottom left-hand corner. Dean Henderson dives the other way. And this crowd have really woke up. What have Everton got now? Can they go and win it? It's going to test Crystal Palace. Oliver Glasner will be really frustrated with the penalty his team have given away. They've opened the door for Everton to get back into this game. Which way is it going to go now?
We've got 15 minutes plus stoppage time to hopefully find out. Is there going to be a winner? Both goals in this game, one in either half, have completely gone with the momentum of it. The Palace goal was always going to come in the first half, and you have to say, since half-time, since he made that double substitution, David Moyes, this goal's always been coming as well.
Fair play to Moyes. He shows his experience and his quality as a manager. He makes the changes. He's brave with his substitutions, and he's got the reward. And Iribunum as well coming on, that little bit of energy, bringing Garner out to right back. Another astute substitution from David Moyes.
Grealish runs away from 2 just inside his own half. Iribunum, who won the penalty, gives the ball to the captain James Tarkowski, takes his time. Everton fans don't like that. They think this game is there to be won. Crystal Palace's 19-game unbeaten run on the line here. If Everton can go and get a second, ball over the top. Beto right side of the area, lets it run. 2 for company, wins his team a corner. Good play by Beto.
It's amazing what a goal does, isn't it? Listen to this crowd now. Good play from Beto, running down the sides of the Palace centre-backs. And he gets his reward with the corner kick.
And Beto can sense it as well. He just turned to the home sections of the crowd and did the pump-up gesture with his arms, throwing his arms towards the sky as Everton get ready for this latest corner. An away swinger to be taken by James Garner, who's had an excellent game wearing Everton blue. Just being told to hold on by the assistant referee, who's not happy with something. Michael Salisbury says, I'm happy for play to restart. In it goes from Garner, flicked
chance
away. Good piece of defending by a Crystal Palace head in there. It falls for Tarkowski over on the far side, who's got Munoz with him, and the referee stopped play because of a Palace head injury.
I thought Beto had just got across his man there, but it looks like it was... I can't see who's on the floor. It's a great header from him, whoever it was. I'm still trying to make out who it is because the Crystal Palace physios around him now, but he gets up just in front of Beto to get something on the ball. But it was a good ball in from James Garner, wasn't it? Good defending.
Excellent corner by Garner. And we have just got this break in play here because of a head injury to Mark Gay, who's just lying motionless on the floor at the moment. But the Everton fans, they sense it. They sense that the 3 points are there to be taken now. Level at 1-1 following that well-taken penalty by Ndiaye. It has to be said. Calm, short run-up, side foot, sent the keeper the wrong way, did Henderson with his eyes. And there is just a little bit of concern here.
I don't think it is Gahey. I'm trying to still work out who it is. I think Gahey's there, the number 6.
We'll soon confirm who it is in just a second. There's a big crowd around the player in question.
It's Sarr, I think.
I can see Gay over there. It is Sarr.
It's Sarr.
It is Sarr.
Great header from him, by the way.
Brilliant.
Really good bit of defensive play from Sarr. Something you wouldn't really label him with, but he sure as hell did his job for the team there, defending the set piece really well.
Yeah, Gay's just organising the troops as we get ready for the restart here. Sarr making his way around the side of the pitch. Will he be able to continue? I'm not quite sure.
2-1 Burnley. Burnley have scored at Villa.
I've got one back. Uga Chukwu with the goal at Villa Park. Villa 2, Burnley 1. Second half commentary of that with John Bennett on Sports Extra. Here on Sports Extra 2, 10 minutes to go, 1-1. How is the referee going to restart this game? He's going to give it straight to Jack Grealish and will continue wide on the left. Rolls it back to Idris Gueye. Ball into the penalty area, might fall for Njai. Palace able to get there first and clear long and high downfield. Brought down inside the centre circle by Nketiah. Works it to the right to Munoz. Good challenge going in by Alcaraz. Once again, he turns, looks for some support further forwards of him. There wasn't much. Manages to pick out Grealish. Beats Munoz this time. Munoz goes to ground. Grealish keeps on going. Puts in the shot. Straight at Henderson.
Good play from Jack. He shows his strength. He dusts off Munoz. Great strength with his left arm. He bursts into the box. He takes the shot off with his right foot, but it was straight down the barrel of Dean Henderson. It was a comfortable save in the end. Beto was a little bit frustrated. He wanted it squared.
Palace readying Jefferson Lerma, who will come on shortly. Both teams going for the win here. 1-1, neither side happy to settle for a point. Palace with the ball inside their own half with Maxence Lacroix. Here's Gueye. Challenge goes in by Alcaraz, unfair according to the assistant referee. The Everton supporters are kicking every ball.
How good's he been, Alcaraz, since he came on? He's been great.
Who have Everton got next on the 18th? Manchester City away straight after the international break. He has played his way into the team, no two ways about that. Jefferson Lerma on to take the place of Daichi Kamada, who's been in and out of this game in both halves really. He's tried his best. Some decent link-up play in there. Hasn't had the kind of effect that he would have liked moving into the final third, but Jefferson Lerma comes on for the final 9 minutes plus stoppage time. Sports Extra 2, Everton 1, Crystal Palace 1. Sports Extra, Villa 2, Burnley 1. 5 Live, Newcastle 1, Forest 0. And Sports Extra 3, Wolves 1, Brighton 0. All the matches this Sunday live across the BBC Sport Network. 4:35 live commentary of Manchester City's game at Brentford. Here, this is absolutely anybody's at the Hill Dickinson Stadium. Wharton goes sliding in to win it in the midfield. Slid in too late, and it's going to be a yellow card, is it, for Wharton? Yes, says referee Michael Salisbury.
Nah, I'm not sure about that one. I thought it was a good challenge from Wharton.
So did I.
I thought it was a good challenge, the kind of challenge you want to see. I don't know if he's deemed it as dangerous, but it was a full-blooded challenge. Exactly what you want from your central midfield player. Harsh to get booked. He's been outstanding, Adam Wharton.
I think there are sections of Everton and Palace fan base who are chanting disrespectful songs towards the referee, questioning his decisions this afternoon. He's managed to rile up just about everybody, Michael Salisbury. He's in charge of what is a cracking end to this game. Everton free kick forwards, headed on by Tarkowski, cleared away by Palace. Everton play it back forwards again. Tarkowski's still inside the penalty area. So too is O'Brien, Jake O'Brien, and it's cleared away. Ball on the halfway line. Mikalenko puts the ball out for a Palace throw. They're in a hurry to take it. They're not happy to settle for a point on the road either.
Absolutely not, and you can see Oliver Glasner on the touchline gesturing to his players, get the ball forward, keep putting it up to Nketiah at the top of the pitch. They still look a threat, Palace. Everton have still got a little bit of work to do in terms of defensively. 7
minutes to go. Gueye brings the ball forwards. Tyreek Mitchell wide of him. He's had a quieter second half compared with how he played in the first half, Mitchell. Gueye goes back to Lacroix inside the centre circle. And now the man with the long throw, Richards and Wharton, and Palace just keeping the ball, just trying to slow down the Everton momentum that's continued to build following that equalising penalty. Ball to the left, overhit. Mitchell can't keep the ball in play. Everton will have a throw in their right back area. 51,770 the total attendance inside the ground for its 5th match so far. Alcaraz forwards to Beto, Richards with a challenge, Everton with a throw midway inside the Crystal Palace half, which Garner looks to take in a hurry. Has to stop because he's not got too much in the way of options. Wipes the ball on his shirt, scratches his head, and then throws it short to the man of the half. No two ways about it, Carlos Alcaraz. Tarkowski, ball across to Jake O'Brien. Capacity just under 53,000. When all of the seats are available here at the Hill Dickinson Stadium. The attendance today, 51,770. Absolutely superb venue for football, as we were saying early on in the commentary in the first half. Here's Grealish for Everton, midway inside the Palace half, closing in on the penalty area. He keeps going, Grealish, works the ball to the left. Mikalenko with the cross, good block by Richards, and Sarr will bring the ball clear out to the Palace goal scorer Munoz, hits it long, and Ketia will give chase, putting pressure on Tarkowski, but he steers the ball back to his goalkeeper Pickford, and Everton supporters hurrying their players on down on the pitch. They want it back in opposition territory as quickly as possible. Gay, ball out to the left, Mikalenko's over there. Idrissa Gueye in the midfield. 5 minutes to go plus stoppage time. I want to ask you again, do you think there's a winner? Now, there is a winner.
I think there is a winner. I do. I think there's another goal in this game. I really do. Which way it's going to go, though, God only knows.
There's another goal in the Newcastle game, and it's been scored by Voltemade from the penalty spot. So Forest are going to slip to yet another defeat under Ange Postecoglou. Newcastle 2, Nottingham Forest 0. Closing stages on 5 Live with Alistair Bruce Ball. Here Everton have the ball on the halfway line. Forwards to Alcaraz. Now Njai. And now Alcaraz takes it via a deflection to the edge of the area right side. Digs out a low cross, cleared sideways by Palace. Mitchell can't prevent the throw, which Everton will take and which will get greeted with a roar. There's going to be a chance. We can't promise you a winning goal, but we can almost promise you a chance for one of these two teams to take the 3 points. Everton's unbeaten run at this stadium on the line. Palace's 19-game unbeaten run in all competitions on the line as well. Plenty to play for as O'Brien gets ready to launch this long throw in. O'Brien with 5 or 6 to aim for inside the area. It's going to be helped on. Opportunity for Beto. Will it fall for him? No, not quite. And Palace are able to clear on the turn, only as far as Irugboon, and that's a questionable move in the midfield, and that's a questionable shove on Nketiah. The referee happy for play to continue though, and gives Everton the free kick somehow.
What is he seen there? Honestly, some of his decisions today from this referee, Michael Salisbury, have been baffling. That was a Crystal Palace free kick all day long, and he gave it the other way.
And the yellow card for the shove as well, because Nketiah looked to be away inside the centre circle. Brighton are level at Wolves. Late on, Van Heck has got it. Wolves 1, Brighton 1. Here, Everton 1, Crystal Palace 1, with 3 minutes to go plus stoppage time. Ball over on the far side. It's going to be a Palace free kick, and Munoz is booked for delaying the taking of it, and now he protests his innocence. And everyone's just getting a little bit frustrated. And hear what the Palace fans think of it. The Everton fans have been saying similar throughout the afternoon.
A couple of substitutions coming from Crystal Palace by the looks of it. They're both on the touchline, ready to come on.
Kristantos Uchi and Justin Devenny getting ready to come on for the final few minutes here as Mitchell goes to ground. Good challenge though by Njai, and Everton come away with the ball. Irugboonam forwards, Alcaraz back to him, back to Gay, back to Alcaraz, back to Irugboonam. Good move this by Everton. Can Alcaraz get on the end of that Irugboonam ball forwards? No. Palace go all the way back to goalkeeper Henderson, who clears downfield. That double substitution will be made during the next break in play, which is now. Everton will take the throw, but first Palace are going to bring on Uchi and Devenny. Pino is going to be one of the players to go off. He got booked a few moments ago for that altercation with Garner, and Sarr is going to be the other player to go off too. 2 minutes to go here on Sports Extra 2 from the BBC. Everton 1, Crystal Palace 1. Elsewhere, Newcastle 2, Forest 0, Wolves 1, Brighton 1, and Villa 2, Burnley 1. Brentford City to come at 4:30 ahead of 6:06 with Robbie and Chris on 5 Live. Here, Everton throw to be taken by Garner. Long down the right, and Jai can't keep the ball in play. Questions about whether the ball actually ever came in play, and that's a waste from an Everton perspective as we head into the final 90 seconds here. Palace throw in their left back area to be taken by Mitchell. Palace, you feel now, by far and away the happier of the two teams to settle for a point. They've lost it from the throw. Here's Beto into the area right side. Palace able to recover and clear into the centre circle. Jake O'Brien heads it forwards, and Mikalenko will play it to Grealish. Grealish in a battle with Munoz, in a battle with a couple of players actually, because Devenny's just gone over there. Grealish as well, running down a blind alley, wins his side a throw. Final minute of the 90. here at the Hill Dickinson Stadium. It's a game that feels like it's got a winner in it. Everton sending men forwards from the back here as the long throw goes in towards Tarkowski, who goes up for the flick. Opportunity, will it fall for Igbunam? Will it fall for Garner? Ball through, takes a deflection, appeals for handball. It came off the player's thigh. You're not going to get that.
It's a great kick from Dean Henderson.
And then Henderson's quick downfield to play that ball to Uchi. Good defending by Idris Agay this time though. Superb stuff. He was the last man on the 18 yards line and Everton come away with the ball. What a finish to this game at the Hill Dickinson Stadium. Mikalenko to Grealish. Infield to Mikalenko. He's got Alcaraz further forwards. All eyes now on the fourth official. It has been a stop-start match. How long have we got to be added on? 8 minutes. 8 minutes to try and find a winner here as Tarkowski goes long, looking for Beto. Beto with a header down. Alcaraz hit it on the volley. And that nearly landed on the waterfront. He was so far off target, but it was worth a go.
Good centre-forward play from Beto again. It's a long punt up the pitch. He gets across his centre-half and he just knocks it down on the edge of the box. And it was Alcaraz who just tried to step onto it and hit a worldie from 25 yards on the half volley, and he skies it way high over the crossbar. Good bit of play though from Beto again. He's been a real handful this second half. I know he's a talking point, but I tell you something, he is a handful for a centre-half. He puts himself about, he runs the channels, he's a big physical presence up the top of the pitch. And he's exactly what Everton needed in this second half.
Yeah, he's done well. I think he's one of those players as a main striker, isn't he, Beto? If you look at the guy who he replaced as well, he's done more than Barry, but I think the Everton supporters want a little bit more from them both. As Beto, right on
Commentator's
cue,
curse.
loses the ball in the field, and now Wharton comes forwards, his shot's blocked, Pickford comes, makes the claim, just about, does well there, Pickford, who bowls the ball out to Idris Agay, and here come Everton with 7 of the 8 minutes still to play. Out to the left of Grealish. What an end to this game here with it level at 1-1. Idris Agay finds Grealish, cutting in from the left. Can he get there on the end of the pass? He can't. Lacroix tidies up at the back. Everton with a throw.
Great game. Great game. End to end. Both teams going at it. Fair play to both sets of players. They've put on a really good show.
Mikalenko, 12 yards from the corner flag, gets ready to launch in. As long a throw as is physically possible. We started the commentary by talking about the effects of the long throw. Is it going to pay off here? It's a long delivery in towards the 6 yards area. Palace head it sideways. Mikalenko, is he going to get there ahead of Munoz? No. Munoz plays it down the line. Devaney helps it on, but Idris Agay has it back and goes back to Garner, who will step over the ball and turn inside the centre circle. 6 minutes of the 8 still to play. 1-1 on Sports Extra 2. Out to Idris Agay. And now Igbunam, who won the penalty for the Everton equaliser. Mikalenko with the cross, comes off a Palace player, moves from left to right though still. Alcaraz into the area, and Jai with the ball across the face of goal! Header is blocked on the line, and the rebound's in! The rebound's in, and it's Jack Grealish who's got it! Grealish to win it for Everton at the Hill Dickinson Stadium! His first goal for the football club, and this place has gone absolutely crazy. It was bubbling around in the penalty area. It dropped for Grealish after Henderson had made a brilliant block on the line, and Everton's unbeaten run at this ground is going to continue from 1-0 down. Everton lead 2-1, and Palace's 19-match undefeated streak looks to be over.
It had to be him, didn't it? It was great play from Everton. They've burst down the right-hand side. It's a lovely ball in the box. It's that man Alcaraz again. He picks the ball up. He slips it down the side for Njai. What a good little dink into the box. Beto has to score. It's an unbelievable save from Dean Henderson. He saves it with his feet. It comes straight out to... As they clear it though, it's Munoz. He boots it off Jack and it flies into the roof of the net. It was a scruffy goal in the end. All Jack was doing was blocking this with the clearance. It's hit him and it's rocketed straight into the top corner. What an ending to this football match. Crystal Palace will be kicking themselves, but fair play to Everton. They've been great this second half.
He was somewhat lucky with the Munoz clearance as it just pinged around the area, but he will not give two hoots. Jack Grealish, Munoz kicked it against him, in it went after Henderson had made a brilliant save to stop the initial header, and the Palace run looks to be over. Everton are going to make it 5 without defeat at this ground, unless Palace have got a response in the final few seconds. What a noise as the Grealish ball at the back of the net.
Fantastic, wasn't it? What an atmosphere. I'll tell you something, if Everton can make this place a fortress, it's going to be a difficult place to come. You can hear the noise, 52,000 supporters, they're on top of you, they're ferocious. And when you hear that goal go in, listen to the atmosphere.
The Everton fans all around us, on their feet, hands in the air, scarves in the air. What a moment, a late winner. Or will it be at the Hill Dickinson Stadium? We've got a break in play here just because Tarkowski has gone down. He's not had treatment, so he's going to be all right. Just needs a minute. Hands on the back of his head as he gets to his feet. But the game will restart via a Crystal Palace free kick. All the people in front of us keep turning and looking at us. Watch the match, it's absolutely brilliant. Don't worry about us, we'll still be as ugly in 5 minutes' time. Turn around and watch the game.
I thought it was your aftershave.
It was. They're attracted to us for some reason. Turn around, this is an absolutely cracking finish to this game. Palace free kick, midway inside the Everton half.
Checking possible red card here. I don't know what it is, I'm just looking at the VAR now.
What a VAR looking for here. So it's to do, is it to do with Tarkowski hitting the ground?
Yeah.
So it will be
It's
against
Uche. It looks like has he given him a little kidney blow there by the looks of it? Just trying to, is it a little jab in the stomach?
He does.
Yes, it is.
So Uche has just, it was a subtle right hand to the abdomen of Tarkowski. So when we were saying Tarkowski just needs a minute to get back to his feet, that is why. No red card, decision waved away.
I think it would have been harsh. It wasn't a proper one, was it?
So Palace with the free kick. Wharton will swing it in towards the penalty spot, cleared away, falls for Devaney. And you don't need me to tell you, the Raw will tell you that he miscued it and it goes wide of Jordan Pickford's left-hand post. We've got 90 seconds plus probably now another couple of minutes for that VAR check. It's finished over on 5 Live. Newcastle 2, Nottingham Forest 0. No wins in 7 for Forest under Ange Postecoglou's management as we go into the second international break of this Premier League season. We'll wait and see what happens there, but that's finished. Newcastle 2, Forest 0. On Sports Extra, all of these games actually into stoppage time. Villa 2, Burnley 1. Sports Extra 2 here. Everton 2, Palace 1. Sports Extra 3, Wolves 1, Brighton 1. Pickford goal kick to the right, and Jai flicks it on with his head. What a din, what a noise all around us here at the Hill Dickinson, but still Palace press for an equaliser with Devaney. They got that late winner against Liverpool last Saturday. Is there a late equaliser here? That's going to be a foul on Grealish. That's going to be an Everton free kick, and it's an opportunity for David Moyes' team to waste a few more seconds.
The Crystal Palace players were very frustrated there with Salisbury. It was a soft free kick. The kind of free kick you want given when you're the team winning.
And now
especially at this stage of the game.
Now you're involved in management too. You will be keen to heap praise on David Moyes. Wow, what a job at half-time.
Absolutely, absolutely. His team were poor in the first half, and I'm sure he'll be the first one to admit that. But by God, he's got a reaction out of them in the second half. He's made a couple of changes, a couple of brave ones, and they really have worked.
Pickford free kick. He's basically taken that free kick on the edge of the centre circle and done what many teams have been doing from a kick-off. Just launched it out for a throw deep in opposition territory. The 8 minutes are up, but we've had that VAR check, so we're going to have another 90 seconds, 2 minutes or so here. Everton play it forwards. It falls for Grealish over the top. Again, long, deep into Palace territory. Out for another Palace throw. Referee Michael Salisbury looks at his watch. It's finished at Molineux. Wolves 1, Brighton 1. Still playing here at the Hill Dickinson and at Villa Park. Home team leading 2-1 in both games. Gay plays it long, but it falls for Grealish. Again, sends it back to where it come from. Everton have got a man down on this near side, complaining of cramp. I think it's Njai. And it's an opportunity now to just waste a few more seconds. The referee there, Michael Salisbury, said to Njai, look, either get up or go off. You get the feeling there's still another minute in this game here. Michael Salisbury not happy to blow up just yet. And Jai gets to his feet. I mean, call me cynical. He's not moving like someone who's got cramp to me. He's just happy to just waste a few more seconds. Makes his way off. Everton getting ready to bring on Seamus Coleman. Throw in taken by Palace. Referee looks at his watch again. Into the 100th minute now here at the Hill Dickinson Stadium, with Everton leading Palace 2-1. Everton coming from behind. That's a foul by Beto on Mitchell, and it's a Palace free kick in their left back area. Henderson comes out to take it. One last chance for Palace to pump it forwards. And Jai off, Coleman on. 100 minutes have been completed. Henderson with the diagonal free kick from left to right towards the edge of the D, headed away by Everton. Grealish will get on the end of the loose ball and does well, does really well to just take his time before playing it long towards the run of Beto. Beto into the area left side, good play by Wharton to take it off him, finds Munoz, he plays it forwards towards Nketiah on halfway, collision between him and Iroegbunam. Referee lets play to continue as Idris Gueye comes forward for Everton, wins. Well, doesn't win the free kick actually. Palace won the free kick. Everton fans not happy. Palace go long, looking for Nketiah. Pickford comes out of his area, clears to the right. Still we play on. 101 minutes we've had now.
Where's he getting the time from?
Everton 2, Crystal Palace 1. Palace with a throw midway inside the Everton half. Tense moments here. Jack Grealish, what we thought was that winning goal, came 8 minutes ago in the 93rd minute, and we still play on. The 102nd minute now. Lerma with the throw. It's long towards the penalty spot. Flicked on. Pickford makes the block. And Palace will settle for the throw. Dean Henderson is coming up here now.
Can you imagine? It can't happen, can it?
Lerma with a long throw, 3 or 4 yards from the corner flag. 101.5 minutes on the clock. Everton 2, Palace 1. Palace trying to hold on to this unbeaten run. Long throw, Pickford comes, claws it away. Is that an Everton free kick for a foul? Yes, says the referee. Pickford celebrates that like it's a goal.